Hello there, welcome to episode 4 of Plague for Plague's Sake. I am your host and your perfumer of the people, Michael Bukowski. This is a series where we have a look at some of the rather dubious plague cures that have existed throughout history and try and think about reimagining them or recreating them using some of the perfumery materials I have here at my disposal. So today we are going to be looking at making something that you can actually keep in your home. We've had a lot of plague cures over the last 3 episodes that are all about travelling around with the said cure so that you can use it on the go. But what about if the plague enters your own home? Well, for that we are going to be making a Pouncet-Box. So a box like this, which will be full of fragrance. Now this is very much my own take on the Pouncet-Box because traditionally such a box would be worn by English gentlemen who would go around, we're talking the 17th, 18th centuries, sort of go around carrying this about their person to ward off any disease that they would come across by virtue of a nice smelling aroma being enough to ward off illness. To make the Pouncet-Box, all we're going to be using is a box, the kind of box that you can get at a craft shop. We're going to be using a sponge. We're going to be using a bottle and carrier oil, and also 3 drops of mandarin essential oil and 3 drops of liang liang essential oil. So we're going to be using, as mentioned, the mandarin and the liang liang essential oil, so oil derived from nature. Seems apt for something natural to ward off something that's also natural. The liang liang is a very subtle, pleasant, sort of quiet aroma, and the mandarin is a little bit acidic and quite a punchy, loud aroma, and the combination of the two should give you the sort of apparatus you need to stave off any sort of famine. They smell very nice, as you'd expect, and they're a good combination for this particular plague cure. So it's dead easy, as all these Plague for Plague's Sake cures are. All we're going to be doing is taking the bottle and we are going to add 3 drops of liang liang, and we're going to add the 3 drops of mandarin. Very punchy smell against a very delicate smell, but they work well together. And then we're going to add 10 ml of the carrier oil. This is sweet almond oil, so it doesn't have a scent of its own. It will just carry the liang liang and the mandarin fragrance. And the 10 ml goes directly into the bottle. So that's all it is, essentially diluted essential oils in the bottle. We'll give it a bit of a shake for a couple of minutes, just to ensure an even fragrance. So let's say that's a few minutes. Then what we're going to do is take the bottle, what is this? A box, and we're going to take the sponge and cut the sponge to size if necessary, but just place it in the box. Important, of course, didn't mention this earlier, but it's got holes in it, so the scent can emanate out of the box. Pouncet boxes did traditionally have holes in, but they were made of silver normally. So quite small silver items. quite different to my interpretation. Once that's in there and that's shaken sufficiently, just add a few drops to the sponge. Tend to add about 5 drops. See how that goes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Say a couple more. 6, 7. Why not? And obviously the sponge will soak that fragrance up, and it will just last it could last for a week or two in there, depending on where it is. If it's in a darker place, or if the holes aren't quite as pronounced as this. But yeah, that is going to ward off the plague, an absolute treat in your house. Put it on a windowsill, put it on in your bedroom, put it in your kitchen, do anything you like with it. Plague ain't gonna get anywhere near you. That's it. That's episode 4 in the bag. Stay safe, guys.